Hi and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne. Thank you once again for tuning in to Wednesday's channel. I got it. Awesome. Alright, here we go. And greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius. We bid you a good day. We shall have a guest speaker.
Cool.
Greetings. There we go, now I can see. Oh, look how beautiful. Hello, Miss Rita.
Hey.
How have you been?
Awesome.
Wonderful. Hello back there, Tommy Jean.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing very well.
Excellent, thank you. And of course our baby and mama. Miss Angel. And little Xander. Looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Nice
awesome.
and healthy, isn't he?
Yes.
Gonna be a big boy.
Yes.
Very.
Do you want him to play something?
Whatever he wants.
Oh, very good. Exactly. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about that. There's a probability in the future for Angel to teach a class, and that class is on motherhood. And the reason why we're bringing this idea up now is because more and more of, let's say, the generations, or this generation will say, I think is best to express, having a lot of children. And there used to be that old saying, don't want to bring a child into this world. Now people can't wait, because it's all shifting, and everyone sees it's magic now. That's beautiful. So angels can experience, through her own understanding, that of raising a child with her new awake self. She has 2 other children. And how long has it been since your last child? 12?
10 years?
10
12,
years?
11? Yeah. Let's say 11.
11 years?
Yeah.
So you got a whole new mama raising this child. And do it in a whole new perspective.
Yeah.
By not putting your beliefs on the child that you were taught.
Right.
Allow the child that's a God to journey. And you just guide him. And not fearful. Right?
Right.
Exactly. And then he gets to discover his own self at such an early age. A lot of people think that these children that are coming in now are gifted over you. We've talked about this. We've touched on it before. They're not necessarily gifted. We're all gifted. We all chose a level of deception to understand our gifts. But the work that the new mothers and fathers are doing in the new generation is allowing the gifts to be realized at an earlier age. You can see many of the young generation are bringing forth ideas that we thought was impossible at such a young age, because we considered age to be, let's say, ignorant to some point, non-developed, no logic, just a child. But then those children rather, are pursuing an avenue of imagination, because the constricts of your belief systems have lifted yourself and allowed imagination to flow, so therefore the environment you create allows the children to play in that world of fascination, allowing them to discover their own abilities and bring them forth with no fear of rejection for the mother and the father. Love that children, for and accept that children, and allow that children to bloom on its own. And the work that all the new awakened first generation, if you want to call you guys that, from 2012, 8 to 12, and that such timeline, have brought up a conscious psyche awareness level that says to the collective, we're okay being the idea of ourselves. And that acceptance of yourself resonates within the collective. And the coveting child now has a resonation present within its reality to allow itself to bring itself to the table, to the party, and show itself with no fear. With no fear of reprimanding, of opinions, of seeking the acceptance. The child's no longer as much looking for the parent's acceptance. What they're looking for is just to allow themselves to be within themselves. And they represent the possibilities within you. When you put a construct on an age that the child does not understand, then you are only confining that child to that world. And guess what? There's another version on another reality that you don't get to see because of your beliefs, saying the child is just a child. I see children of many ages on this earth. They are all childish in many ways, and you can play in that childish idea or be childlike and follow that inner child that represented in yourself, and of course in the ones in the actual age you call children. And those children are taking a new generation and bringing them up. And they're saying no to what was because of the work you're doing. So raising your children is completely different. It is not in a book. It is not in a set way. You need not spend your money on ideas on how to raise my child. You are a God. And your children have chosen a God. And your children are gods. And you've chosen the veil of representation of limitation for an experiential journey of creation. You may use tools about you, of course. We're not saying don't use them. We're saying don't rely on them. We're saying don't run to them. I dare say there are scholars and poets and philosophers and creators all about me right now. And their limitations are their own. And through your choices of limitations, you see the fundamental God that exists within. That is lovely. That fundamental God that exists within that you are allowed to bring forward. Need not live in the child. Need not protect the child. The child is God. You will be motherly, but you will not be protective. Do not teach those ideas to the children. Do not teach them fear of separation. Do not teach them classes. Do not teach them gender. Do not teach them orientation of sexual needs. Teach them love. Allow them to experience. Let them find their way through the earth of limitation. And you will see a new world emerging in the eyes of the generation that you now see. These ideas, these hopes, these dreams that they bring forth are not fascination. They are reality for them. The discovery of making little fart noises. the discovery of yourself through the journey of separation. To bump dead nuts into the middle of a belief that says, I don't belong here, but you do. To find a belief in you that says, I can't do this, but you can. Your authority has been shoveled away and hidden. And with your love, you're giving the generations to follow their authority back. But you're here not to sacrifice yourself for them. You're here to represent what you are to them, for them to choose. Do not scope your reality in an idea of sacrifice. For then you will stay couched within that reality, and that will be how you will spend your days. Understand that. So understand reality by living it. Why the hell did you come here? To hide? What do you want to do? Be safe? Be hidden? For fear of reprisal against your actions from others? Why did you come? To fill a purpose of egoic structure that says I have done something for the collective? It's amazing. We interact with you and we see this idea and we love it. When you follow your joy and you have no purpose, then you don't know what to do with yourselves. You don't. It's foreign. If you're not fulfilling another's needs, or going out of your idea higher self to prove a point over here or prove a point over there, instead of just being now, you feel like you don't have anything to do. You have no purpose. You don't know what to do with yourself. It's so warranted that you must perform. And it's so foreign to you not to do anything. Just look at it. What are you trying to do here, guys? At the end of the show, it's only you and your own isness that review the life. And you get to review it by yourself. So at the end, there's no one else cheering you on. At the end, there's no one else judging you. It's just you. So live this life as it is for experience. And then you will not shift your realities and move off of your joy to fulfill an idea of a purpose. To fulfill an idea of an outcome for yourself. To give yourself pride, accomplishment, acceptance, belonging. We know these feelings. I live them. See, you have this bag. I'll call it a bag of tricks. It sits right here. And I want you to open it up and look inside and take out the bag. And here's one idea, and it's called purpose. Here's another one of fun. Here's another one of experience. And you pull out these ideas. See, those ideas are your past that you think is all of those things. But what you're missing is there's an entire new bag over here that you forgot to take out of those ideas that fit in the category of fun. But you take your memory and you look at the reality that pops up in front of you, and if it doesn't look like any of these, it's not plausible. And you shove it away because it doesn't fit this world. And you got this whole other world over here that's waiting to come in and give you fulfillment in the nows of other than filling a purpose, other than outcome, other than goal achievement, other than acceptance. It's called just now. And it has no definitions within it. And it's endless. But if those just nows that come in and show you don't fit what you feel reality is, because you don't trust yourself, then you shove it away. And this is your reality from one angle or another, over and over again, because that's what's all you accepted. That's it. Here it is. Look at your life and go over and review what you've done in the last 10 nows. So say 10 days. Is it the same idea? Do you recollect any other remembrances of an opportunity that said something completely different, but it was so rejectable by you because you would not go beyond this idea, structure of your comfort zone? And you can see that. Or did someone else come into your reality as well and said, you can't do this and do that, so you went over to this other structure and just let all this go, and you went down that to prove yourself differently? To piss them off or do whatever you wanted to do because they challenged you. Look at that world. See how many worlds you have around you? You take that pool of information that you find reliable because you experienced it and you're unwilling to go into the unknown, then you realize that that's your reality. And there's nothing wrong with it. All creation is joy and we love it all. But if you join this now, then you, let's say, are now idealizing. There's other nows. Some of them so far out of reach, they just don't have a reference point from now to get there. But there are reference points to get there. But they only exist in the unknown. So move out of this pool of information that you're swimming in. And move. And move your reality to another world. And don't worry about the world that you think's going on out there. How many nows do you spend in the world of what's going on outside of your here and now? How much time do you spend in that world? Trying to avoid it, fearing it, wondering if, what about? It's all happening on its own because everyone's co-creating the world in a billion different Earths. So find your world, which is here and now, and stay there. And trust yourself, the big God, to take you on a journey of experience. And let go of any tethers that tell you you must. To take you off of your highest joy and move you into a reality that no longer serves you. And you shall just experience and not have concern for others' ideas. You're here to represent light. Represent it then by loving. And that light shines upon the next generation and the following and such. In a few years from now, you won't recognize the earth that we're on right now. So beautiful, the change. And the more you're now loving and being yourself, the quicker that earth arrives. So all you parents out there, and you would-be parents, Jenny's pregnant yet? Not yet? She needs to get pregnant, I think. Have your children. Give those entities in line up there waiting to have an opportunity to come in with an incarnation from you, a child. And fear nothing. Your child is a God. So don't you fear that. God and you set up everything the child needs. Right, Angel?
Yes.
Got everything that Ra needed. Because it's magic. Trust it. Bring that generation on board. Get them dialed in with your love. And continue this wonderful ascension of humanity. Thank you for letting me share with you today. We'll see See y'all later. Roxy can't make that font noise too good. She can't do that. Love y'all. And thank you, Jane. Thank you once again for co-creating with us. This is Ocyphius. We bid you a good day. Or don't. So funny. I can see, I can't see. Jane comes in, I can't see, I can see.
Yep.
Crazy. Hi, baby. I love that idea. I see the kids that are different. I remember all those things. You let your kids, I mean, God, what we didn't read it, but you saw how the shift came in. I think the shift came in the 80s. I think it was in the 80s that everyone got smart. And the fear came in about letting your children go outside and play.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Well, and then there was the advent of video games. So they, you know, just wanted to sit in front of the TV for hours and hours and hours.
True.
And not go outside.
But yeah, there's. I just remember a lot of the, you know, the news and during the sleep time and like, don't leave your child and all this and all that. And man, we were out to whatever, walking around.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't have, see the thing is this is fucking amazing. Here it is, ready? We didn't have knowledge of something was going to go happen. So therefore we didn't fear, so therefore we didn't create it.
Yeah.
We were just out playing.
Yes.
We didn't have any fear because it wasn't presented to us as fear. But I remember it just got nuts in the 80s. It just got nuts there. It was all that. But now, you know, I don't know, something, and now I can feel that the mothers of now are allowing so much more that they're not fearing for their children. Not the way they used to. I can see it. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? And you're representing it.
Sweet.
See, I can do the... Oh, I just did it, though. Oh, not really. Anyways. Okay. Yeah, you can do it. All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.